He's a perfect guy to take him out too. He took Ngannou out. Why would he not take Jake Paul out? And for him, he probably make more money fighting Jake Paul than he will fight anybody else that he can fight right now. So why would he not do it? I mean, not that he needs the money right now anyway, but if he's going to do something, if you want to get a good win to put it back on the scene, that's a perfect win. You get a lot of money doing it.
I tell you what, I say to AJ, if this goes past 5 rounds, everybody's gonna be having a go at you because you can't go past 5 rounds with this kid. He has to go past 1 round or 2 rounds. Past beyond 4 or 5 rounds, you know, people are gonna be doubting you as a fighter himself.
Jake Paul cannot go 6 minutes with Anthony Joshua. It's just not gonna happen. You're talking about a man who starched Klitschko.
Jones Jr. recently shared his thoughts on the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua showdown, predicting that Joshua will overwhelm Paul in brutal fashion. According to Roy, the matchup is a magnet for hype, media attention, and massive profit. He says the spectacle injects energy into boxing, and the financial wave it creates lifts everyone connected to the event.
Change subjects just a little bit here, and Anthony Joshua, there's rumors circulating he could be fighting Jake Paul next. 1, do you think it's good for boxing, and 2, do you think the fight will happen?
I think it's great for boxing. I think the fight will happen. AJ is 1-0 against these guys that come in to these boxing careers late. So why not? He's a perfect guy to take him out too. He took Ngannou out. Why would he not take Jake Paul out? And for him, he probably make more money fighting Jake Paul than he will fight anybody else that he can fight right now. So why would he not do it? I mean, not that he needs the money right now anyway, but if he's going to do something, if you want to get a good win to put it back on the scene, that's a perfect win. You get a lot of money doing it.
Chisora, however, approached the topic from a completely different angle.
AJ against Jake Paul. What sort of gulf do you expect to see?
Listen, we are in the game of entertainment. Either entertainment in the ring or on the football pitch, it don't matter. It's called entertainment. People are gonna buy tickets to go watch Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight. You know, we're all entertainers, either way. So I'm happy. I'm so happy for AJ because he's doing this for himself. And you have to understand, you have to give so much respect to Jake Paul. You know, whatever he says, he makes it happen. You know, before he was like he wants to fight Anthony Joshua and people were laughing at him. And then suddenly it's happened and people are like, wow, what's going on here? You know, so kudos to that kid, man. He's very good at promoting everything he does.
Derek, do you reckon there's a bit of jealousy from other boxers and even like pundits flying around as well? Because even since it's been announced last night and today,
I know the biggest jealousy pundit you guys have, and that is Simon Jordan. I'm telling you right now, Simon Jordan right now, he must be suffering inside and out right now because he knows Eddie's making money, Anthony Josh's making money, so he is dying right now, Simon Jordan.
Look, Derek, and I know you say it's entertainment and there'll be a massive audience, but is there an element of danger as well? Look, AJ's a former world champion, and this is a guy, you know, the best he's been in with is Tommy Fury.
Listen, he don't really care. He don't, you know, in the boxing ring, it's the only place you can murder somebody and not go to jail. So, kudos to that. So if he gets beaten up and something happens, it's part of the game.
Well, I'm not sure that's a game that people will want to see, though.
Is it a real fight, though? Is this going to be a proper fight? You will know more than most.
Mate, let me tell you something. From how much they're getting paid, about much 177 million, whatever, and they're splitting down the middle. So I hope it's not a game because I want to see some blood. I want to see somebody's teeth falling out. So I told Anthony, I already messaged Anthony as I listened.
The debate surrounding Paul versus Joshua has become one of the strangest yet most intriguing topics in modern boxing. Abdullah Mason offered a more even-handed perspective. Instead of dismissing the matchup as a total mismatch, Mason noted that Paul has worked hard enough to at least survive in the fight. He recognized that Paul has trained consistently, selected opponents with purpose, and slowly improved. Mason isn't arguing that Paul beats Joshua, only that fans shouldn't ignore the progress he's made. This view challenges boxing purists who instinctively scoff at the idea. Joshua is a former unified heavyweight king and Olympic champion, one of the most technically polished big men of the last decade.
So is that surprising? Is that the first you've heard of it?
That's the first I've heard of it. That's surprising to me.
Confirmed. 3 minute, eight rounds.
3 minute, 8 rounds.
Yeah. Just your take on it. Just seeing Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua in a heavyweight fight.
I mean, I guess they doing what's best for them, you know. So I feel like, you know, I don't got too much to say on it.
I asked you before when Tank wasn't originally scheduled to face him if you'd watched it. You said you would, but is this more of a competitive challenge for Jake, do you see, because of a natural weight between them being a lot closer?
Oh, this is definitely more of a competitive challenge for them. So I'm gonna probably tune into that one too.
Legendary promoter Frank Warren echoed this idea differently. He admitted that no matter what people say online, absolutely everyone will tune in to watch. Warren's honesty exposes a simple truth. Even the loudest critics won't be able to resist the spectacle. He added that Paul has steadily moved towards stronger, more seasoned opponents, showing real progression. To Warren, the fight isn't an insult to boxing, it reflects the sport's evolution, blending entertainment value with competitive matchups. His approval suggests that the industry no longer views Jake Paul as an outsider, but as a consistent part of the boxing landscape.
Well, what I think is that people will buy it. They'll watch it, and Netflix have bought it. And they're expecting to get big numbers. They've had big numbers for his last 2 fights. He's a major attraction for whatever reason. But he's a licensed boxer. He trains, he works as a fighter. I'll take my hat off to him for all of that. He's not a heavyweight, and he's stepping in with, people have criticised some of his opponents in the past, but he's stepping up to the plate.
Can't criticise this one, I suppose.
He's gone from one extreme to the other. He's fighting a guy, two-time world champion, as somebody who's a natural heavyweight. I know there's a weight clause thing on there, but I don't think that will make a lot of difference to AJ. And he's also a gold medalist. I think it's he's a massive favourite, AJ, for this fight. He's getting very well paid for it. And people will buy it. You'll buy it because it's a road crash.
He is a massive favourite. The bookies only have him at 1-10 and 1-4 to get the stoppage. Is that a bit mad to you?
I mean, look, you've seen AJ. You see what he's done with Ngannou.
Yeah, and Ngannou and Jake Paul are two very...
And Ngannou's a natural heavyweight.
Yeah. I just thought those odds seemed a little bit, I suppose...
skinny.
Yeah. Is it disrespectful to the integrity of boxing?
No, because it's... Look, you're asking a question that you know the answer to, as does most people in the industry. So, it is what it is. It's a pure money-making venture with a guy that's AJ doesn't mean too much in America. Jake Paul does. AJ's ventures in America didn't go down too well, did it? So Jake Paul does though, and he's got a massive following, and that's why he's on the A side of the card. It's in America, and that's where it's at.
Former heavyweight champion David Haye delivered the harshest warning of all. He suggested that stepping into the ring with Joshua could be so dangerous for Jake Paul that it might be the last mistake he ever makes. Haye emphasized the vast gap in size, strength, experience, and athletic background. He pointed out that Joshua has stopped world-class heavyweights, while Paul has faced smaller, older, and inactive opponents. To Haye, the difference is so extreme that calling it competitive makes no sense. His message is simple. True heavyweight power is unforgiving. And Paul has never felt anything like it.
Jake Paul is going to get in a ring in a boxing match, boxing gloves, to mix it with one of the most dangerous heavyweights on the planet, someone who is Olympic gold medalist, won the heavyweight championship twice. Although he lost his last fight against a very good Daniel Dubois, he's a top 10 heavyweight on the planet versus internet sensation, someone who's a latecomer to boxing and has boxed at a very moderate level. I'm talking domestic level, and he lost to Tommy Fury, for instance. And Tommy Fury, who he lost to, versus Anthony Joshua, they're two completely different sports. So I commend Jake Paul for putting himself in harm's way, because boxing is a dangerous game. People have died in the ring. People have been seriously injured, maimed. And he believes in himself enough to do it on a massive scale, because it's not about the money. He's got enough money. This is him wanting to push the boundaries of reality. He's manifested an amazing life for himself. He's a superstar, and I think he wants to try and do the unthinkable. He wants to. It's an insane challenge he's put himself up for, but you've got to give him credit.
You say an insane challenge. You've described it before as Jake Paul being a cat versus Anthony Joshua's lion.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not equally matched on any sense, are they?
There's not one element of their boxing skill set that Jake Paul can come 15, 20% in regards to Anthony Joshua. He's a completely different specimen. You'll see what it looks like when they stand next to each other. And Anthony Joshua, he's not a bodybuilder. He's a prime athlete.
Renowned boxing analyst. Gareth A. Davis offered a more tactical outlook. He argued that taking the fight would actually be a smart strategic move for Joshua. With hopes of securing a massive clash with Tyson Fury next year, Joshua needs momentum and activity, things he has lacked due to long layoffs, surprising defeats, and uneven fight schedules. Davis explained that Jake Paul could act as a high-revenue tune-up bout, letting Joshua sharpen his timing without risking his career against an elite contender. Most warm-up fights earn scraps, but this one could generate one of the biggest checks of Joshua's life. For that reason, Davis says the fight is logical. It keeps Joshua active, boosts his bank account, grabs global attention, and positions him perfectly for a blockbuster future matchup.
Above Jake Paul and a weight division above him. I think it's irresponsible to let those two in a ring together in a proper boxing match. That's my view. It doesn't damage his bank balance, but if he earns $70 million for this, are we really going to see him get up for a fight with Tyson Fury, which is being talked about for next September? I understand that fight isn't signed yet. There's still a warm-up fight. I don't blame Eddie Hearn, as I said to him. I would have taken that fight if I was in the same situation. I don't blame him taking this as a second warm-up fight. But the problem for Anthony Joshua, if he doesn't do what he did to Francis Ngannou in those 2 rounds in Riyadh and finish him conclusively, he's going to be pilloried for it. If this fight stretches more than 2 or 3 rounds and he hasn't got Jake Paul out there, he will get booed and hammered over it. So there is pressure on him to go in there. And if he gets caught or clipped, which I've heard Frank Warren talking about that today, if he gets caught, the arena's going to erupt if Jake Paul lands a punch, So it's a very peculiar matchup. Yes, it's one I'm going to watch and I'm going to go to. I'm in Miami this week anyway for BKB 48. Lucas Brown's fighting Gustavo Trujillo with the bare fists for the heavyweight title in BKB. Where's the press conference on Friday? In Miami for Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. They say the Lord works in mysterious ways. I'm over there, so it's a very weird one, but this is where we are. Jake Paul's unique. I'm interested in your take on it, Chris.
Yeah, I would start with the Jake Paul side of it. I give Jake Paul enormous credit for this.